Hello and welcome to Inktober Day 19. I'm Fuchstanz or Lilith and I'm glad you're here. Today's prompt was loop and I really like this prompt. It's from the official Inktober prompt list and I immediately thought of doing just really big hoop earrings and getting the prompt in that way. And it turned out into this illustration of this girl having a lot of hoop or loop piercings. I just wanted to do a self-indulgent piece for once and draw this cute girl with piercings and really get in detail on the hair later. The sticker on her face is a seal. I was inspired by Hanako-kun, which is a character from the anime called Jibaku Shounen Hanako-kun. It's also a manga, or rather it's a manga with the anime. And I recently finished the first season of that anime and I really liked it. It's really fun and the style is super gorgeous and very unique, so it's a good plot as well and I really liked it. And the main character Hanako has the seal as well and I really like the detail, so I used it for this illustration. I was really looking forward to lining this piece and I mostly used Micron and an Edding fine liner. Later on I will use some brush pens for the hair. It was really relaxing to do this, even though the bigger hoops gave me some grief because I always want them to be perfect and circular, but if you don't use a ruler, which I was too lazy to do, it never turns out 100% perfect, but it's okay. I think I did a good job regardless. I think the bigger size of this illustration was also really good to work on because you can get in more details, especially on the hair later, and it was really fun to just do a little bit of a bigger piece for once. I feel like your hand doesn't get as cramped with a bigger piece, so that's good to relax for once. When I was using the brush pens, I was trying to use a DIY brush pen with ink, and unfortunately I don't know what it is, maybe it's the ink inside of it, but it's really dry and you can see where I was adding the shadow on her neck. It was just not working with me and I decided to use a different brush pen. Later I will go back to it when I'm doing the hair, just so I can make use of the texture the brush was giving me. Even if it was dried out, I was dipping it in water just to reactivate it a bit. Doing the details of the hair of the face, like the eyebrows and eyes as well, was really fun, and I really got to get the best out of the Pentel Pocket brush pen. I'm really enjoying doing these dark eyes recently with the dark pupils and no catch lights in them. It's really something new for me, and especially for this Inktober, I think it works really well in illustrations. So I'm happy to try this out some more. I think when I was doing the eyes, you can really tell the more detail you put into it, the more alive it becomes. Like when I was doing first pass, the lines were super thin, and when I was getting back into it and making them thicker and more black, I think it really adds to it, and I think you can really see the progress of it, especially in the eyes. So this is where I started the process of the hair, and as you can see, this was the DIY brush pen, which was giving me a little grief. As I said earlier, I figured out if I dip it in some ink or diluted ink, I could make it go a bit faster and still have the textured benefit of it. I was also using the brush sign pen in the artist edition, which I used on yesterday's piece as well, and I was using it for quicker lines and more juicier ones. The only thing I don't really like is that the ink is more blue toned. I think you can tell, especially when I was starting the piece, when there was the contrast between the DIY brush pen and the artist brush pen. I'm more of a fan of the red toned brush pen lines, but in the end I don't think you can tell anymore because I was using both of them interchangeably. think when I was doing the top part of the hair, you can really tell what I meant with the texture the brush pen was giving me. And since I was dipping it in some ink, it really made it flow better and still gave me the texture I was after. And I really like it for this piece. I don't know what it is, but this piece was a breath of fresh air after the last couple of illustrations where I was feeling rather burnt out. I hope you like this more detailed shot, I guess, of me just doing the hair. I don't know if it's as relaxing to watch as it was to paint. So if you really didn't like it, you can always tell me and I will improve in the future. After I was done with overall lining the hair, I decided to go back in and darken some spots and give the hair more contrast. The last step was to add in the seal or the kanji in red, and I was using a Micron pen in 05 in red. Nothing much to say for that, except that I was just lining it and filling it in. I hope you liked today's illustration. It was a lot more fun for me, and I hope you can tell by the end result. If you want, you can leave a like and comment if you want. Subscribe, I would really appreciate it, and I will see you all next time. Bye!